Today on the channel, we take a trip to Mythos, all beautiful this time of year, for the Mythic Legions half-giant Legion Builder.
The spirit of Olympian warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mythic Legions unboxing and review. And that's exactly what we have here today, as we've got the half-giant Legion Builder from the Mythic Legions team. But for all your Mythic Legion needs and a whole lot more, make sure you're hitting up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description below to find your Mythic Legions. And there's not a ton of companies. The Entertainment Earths don't sell these. There's a few out there, but Big Bad Toy Store, if you're not going to the Store Horseman website, Big Bad Toy Store is the place to get these guys. And this is one of these fairly new ones. I did get the last wave of the Mythic Legions. I just haven't got around to unboxing them. I got so much stuff, as you guys know, on the channel to unbox. Some stuff takes precedent over others, but I really do like a lot of the Mythic Legions. Mythic Legions is a line I would love to be a completionist on, but it's just too expensive. There's too many figures. I'm too far behind, I guess. I mean, you could theoretically, like anything, you can go back and get them, but it would be a lot of work and a lot of cash is what it would be. But I do dabble. I do pick up ones that catch my eyes. You guys know I'm a sucker for a big figure, and this half giant, yes, a half giant, it is such a thing, not a full giant, a half giant, was on my list. Had to pick him up, and we're going to do this review and unboxing like we do all the other ones on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there, and we'll do some comparisons later on in this video as well. Beautiful, streamlined packaging here. The whole universe fits together packaging-wise. I love that. Very detailed. Got the big Mythic Legions logo. Big window box there for the half-giant, looking really good. On the side, you got the Four Horsemen logo at the top. You got a little clan action there. Half-giant Legion Builder on the side. You got beautiful artwork murals on the back. Got the big time blurb back there. As you guys know, I absolutely love a good blurb. I am not going to read this whole thing, though. You can stop the camera or stop the video and take a look if you want to. But very cool. Very awesome giant here. We're going to bust him out and see what all the fuss is about. There's a lot of fuss on giants, as we all know. Everybody loves a giant. Cool background there. You got a little tower action. Of course, I do save my packaging. For how long, I'm not exactly sure. As, boy, this packaging, it's getting out of control, especially Super 7 in my collection. I got so many Super 7 boxes. Of course, the protective box and the box inside. I got tubs out in my garage stacked up. I think one of these days I'm just going to have to call it quits and get rid of it there. Of course, got plastic weapons locked in here. They do have the warning saying be careful with the joints, heat them up, things like that. That is always a warning, especially on NECA-style figures, Mythic Legion figures, things like that. Get them warm, get them up to room temperature. Don't go crazy with the joints. Go easy, be gentle. See you later. You got to do that kind of stuff, as we do know. You have to unlock him. He is buckled in quite a few spots. The arms, the legs, the feet, you name it. Can I get in there to get these arms? Have to go in for the backside. Oh, I love going in for the backside. Like we all do, I'm sure. We're going to get there. Oh, don't cut your fingers off, Kyle. You need them. You'll need them later. Trust me. Pop him out. Pop him out. Nice and gentle. There it is. Looks like we got a couple of arm gauntlets down below. And there it is. See you later. Goodbye. Scissors off to the side. Got the old silica packet, the gel silica. Oh, great snack. Great snack for the dogs especially. See you later. Off the screen. I'll pick that up before the dogs come downstairs. That's all I need is Ace, Domino, and Lemmy going to town, eating those, and probably killing themselves. Who are we fooling here? We're going to put this half-giant off to the side. Looking very impressive. Let's look at some of these accessories here. We do got some arm gauntlets there, so it looks like there's some plugging and playing that could be done. You got some very medieval, very Rob Halford, Judas Priest-like arm bands here. You got the nice silver studs against it. Looks like a nice worn black leather. Looks really good. On point for Mythic Legions is what this is. So that looks good to me. Then you get some big old weapons here, and it looks like maybe we plugged together. No. Yes, no, maybe so. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. This looks like you plug into here, but maybe, I don't know. Oh, yeah, I think Yep, there it is. Look at that. It's like a trick. I feel like I'm in like one of those escape rooms, and I just found the escape here. So you can have a short battle axe right here. Nice sculpt here. Nice gray silver stone-like. But you can remove the bottom. It will plug out. And you could put this into here if you were so inclined. Bam, right there. And then I'm sure you can do the same thing. You can do the same thing. Yes, you can. There it is. Look at that. You can plug the bottom off of here. And then it gets confusing. There must be another spot to unplug somewhere. Am I going to figure this out on the fly, or am I going to break this? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But you should be able to probably plug these guys together, or maybe it's just one. I guess you can't. I was thinking you could do one big long one, but apparently not. But that is cool. That's Choose Your Own Weapon Adventure. You get this big ol'... I don't even know what you call this thing, but it's called a bad night at the office if you get hit with one of these things. Nice 4 blades going on, big heavy-duty weapons, like a giant should really have. I'm going to put this one together, so he's going to have one big axe going on, like an executioner axe is what this is almost like. But both match together, look very good, very much look very medieval. Very, very cool. But now we get down to the old main event. We get down to the old half giant here. Now, I believe with this whole wave that I picked up, there was like a big accessory pack that came with this. So I will have some extra heads and things. I think I could put a different head on here if I'm so inclined. But he does have a big, this almost looks like something out of like Mad Max, the Road Warrior or something. But a very executioner-like head on him. You know, he's got the vest, kind of like a He-Man going on. He even has a loincloth. So maybe he's from Eternia somewhere. Maybe this grandma was from Eternia, who knows. But nice soft goods loincloth on the back there. Very, very cool belt. Very menacing, very evil. Got a face in there. Got some bones hanging down. The bones of his enemies, I'm sure. I'm sure he ripped out the bones from the leg, put them on here. Sign of decoration, a sign of I'm taking names and not messing around is what that is. Big old shoulder gauntlets. How about forearm gauntlets? Yeah, forearm gauntlets. Nice spikes on there. Can be used in battle. Very tough. You can see the buckles sculpted in. A lot of deep things. You got to really look throughout this, guys. There's a lot of stuff sculpted in. Matching one over on this side as well. Looks really good. Looks really, really tough. Got the big shin guards here. Got the horns on the side as well. Big old feet on him. Just a big menacing guy. Now, we've seen trolls and other giants in the Mythic Legions. We've unboxed a couple of trolls on the channel, actually. Check those ones out. Those are a lot bigger. Those are about up here. So this is smaller. This is really feels kind of like a deluxe figure, a deluxe giant figure. And guess what? That is what it is. It's a half giant. If he was a full giant, he'd be like this. Instead, he's a half giant. But I really, really do like the looks of this guy. Nice skin tone color, nice muscles throughout on this body. He apparently works out, this half giant. Arms, of course, very tight joints as we see on Mythic Legions. That's why they say heat them up is always recommended. This has been in my basement for a couple of months now, so it's pretty much to room temperature. But especially in these winter months, you get one of these off the truck. It's been sitting on your doorstep. You crack open the box and you want to open these right away. Man, give it some time. You'll thank me later. That is for sure. But you do get single jointed elbows. You do get the arms that go all the way around. You got shoulders back and forth. Head, of course, back and forth, side to side, up and down. Good movement on this head, being a small head on a big, big neck. You do get waist articulation. He can do those big splits, a little bit loose in the hips. Definitely moves pretty freely there. You get a ball on the side, back and forth. You do get the single jointed knees, a little bit limited by, of course, his big shin guards there. Then you get the ankles side to side, back and forth on the big McFarlane-like ball joint, but a very, very tight ball joint on those. And boy, these are sharp too. These aren't for kids, but a very, very sharp boot there with all the spikes on the bottom. So when you're moving the feet around, man, you kind of carve up your hands a little bit. But a big, big time dude. I really like stuff like this. This feels like I could mix this in with my Masters of the Universe. Obviously, your Mythic Legions. You want to have him in your Thor setup. This is an Asgard setup. He feels like he would fit in there. You could have this guy walking the Road Warriors from the WWE, WCW, NWA, whatever, walking him to the ring as well. He doesn't look out of place with them either. So a very, very cool looking one. This half giant. This was the one from that wave I was probably most excited for because you guys know me. I love big figures, and that's exactly what he is, a big figure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stop the clock. Future Kyle here breaking in, and I did mention it in this review that there was some extra accessories with this Mythic Legion set, this wave of Mythic Legion figures. But when I said that, I didn't put 2 and 2 together that those extra accessories would be for this half giant here. I guess I just assumed, it's been a long time. We pre-ordered things over a year ago. You kind of forget it sits over there. Anyways, excuses for days, I guess. But I forgot, so I went back over there, was looking at it, I said, whoa, wait a minute here. those accessories go to the half giant. So I'm breaking in here a little bit later, and we're going to go over the change out to this. And man, it's really making me itchy to get another one of these guys to have both represented. Of course, the one we talked about in the review to begin with here, a heavy metal giant, something out of Mad Max and the Road Warrior, things like that. Well, we changed some things around, give them some new accessories. You got a whole new figure here, and we're straight off of the Viking ship. This looks like something from Zakk Wylde's closet or something. It looks like something out of the Black Label Society. But I absolutely love this, and this is how I'm displaying this bad boy. Beautiful, beautiful. You get an extra head. You get different arm gauntlets. You get a different weapon. You get this big old shield going on. And I guess we'll start with this shield here. It is big. These tusks, they are removable. You can put these on, but it does come with tusks to put on the shield. Can you believe that? How crazy is that? Big red eyes, big teeth here. Just something absolutely crazy. You would see some kind of giant Viking wielding. Just very, very cool. Love the coloring on this, the dirty wash to it. The tusks have some dirt to it, some cracks and some chips in it. It's been used. This guy has seen the battlefield. Absolutely love this shield. You get down to this weapon, this big old, like, I don't even know if this is like a bison, a ram's head. I guess it's not a ram. It's more of like a buffalo or a horse or something. But anyways, it is ornate, but it is a heavy, heavy weapon. Very much the handle similar to the giant we talked about earlier in this review. But you get the two heads here with kind of the bronze topper, the horns on the side. A very, very heavy weapon that actually is so heavy, sometimes his hand will fall out and it will knock the arm down. So you got to have him have a tight choke up on the grip. It's like in baseball, I guess you're choking up on the bat. He's got to choke up on this a little bit here. And then, of course, you get the head. You get the big, big Viking head here. Man, I'm all for this. If I could, I'd grow a big old beard like this guy has, but it looks really good with the braids in it. Once again, a nice yellow color with a dirty wash to it. Nice helmet. Then you get the antlers. They do plug in, and you got another option for antlers as well. These are the ones to go with if you're asking me here. Looking really, really nice. Of course, bare-chested in this incarnation. No He-Man straps going on, so he's ready to fight. Same at the bottom is going to be the same as what we talked about earlier. But this guy is so much bigger, so much more menacing with this big extra weapon, this big old head, and these arm gauntlets, or I should say shoulder gauntlets. Just absolutely wild how much I like this guy. This guy looks tough, he looks mean, he looks bad. He looks nationwide like a young ZZ Top is what he looks like at the end of the day. But very, very cool. Wanted to break in with a separate video to show this off. And who'd have thunk it? How cool is this? And like I said, I probably got to look for another one of these now because I want to display both versions. Oh, tough, tough times. But back to the normal review. Grab a He-Man Masterverse, the 40th anniversary He-Man. You can kind of compare that size right there. You got to think, you know, a Super 7 Conan the Barbarian figure about the same size as that as well. So you can mix him with Conan if you wanted to. You can fit into that universe. I do got myself, got old Cowboy Kyle, so you can see how he dwarfs me. He's going to throw me around the room very easily. I do got another Mythic Legion figure, and for the most part, outside of a few, I like the He-Man Masters of the Universe inspired characters from Mythic Legions. This is like Kronow or Krona or something like that. It is, of course, Trapjaw, a play on Trapjaw, so you can kind of see the comparison between him and the big old half giant. I do got, just sitting here, what I got around the table, we got that deluxe Predator figure. Could they go toe-to-toe? The Predator is towering over this guy here, but he does look pretty good. At the end of the day there. But a good figure. A bit expensive. As we do know, the Mythic Legions are more expensive. They are direct to order. A little bit more expensive than your average retail items, but you do get what you pay for. But an interesting one here, and one that fits in with a lot of spots in a lot of different collections, and I think that's the beauty of something like this. But what say you? Let me know in the comments. Are you all in on Mythic Legions? I don't know if any of my viewers are all in. I think a lot of us are serial dabblers. I think that is more like it, but I'm sure there's some big-time Mythic Legion fans out there. If so, I want to hear from you. Let me know your thoughts on this, and where do you rank this guy in the echelon of Mythic Legion figures over the last few years. Of course, don't forget to like this video, hit the old thumbs up, always helps the channel. Don't forget to subscribe to this very YouTube channel, as we got videos every single day, and one of the days I'll get around to this entire wave here on the channel, so stay tuned for that, and the best way to do that is, of course, subscribe, hit the old notification bell, and then don't forget about the Patreon channel, link in the description below. Of course, your best way to support the channel, but you also get early access to all the videos, including stuff like this. Sometimes there's videos that are up there for months, even years, before they get to traditional YouTube. So you can get an early sneak peek at a lot of stuff. You also can be part of Q&As, giveaways, a lot of stuff going on in the old Patreon, and best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com, search Kyle Peterson, and then don't forget about social media. SirPaul64 is where you're going to find me on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for a half giant from Mythic Legions, I am Kyle. See you guys all real soon.